Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports for today's preview. Ireland versus England tomorrow, the final encounter for both sides. It has however been confirmed that France versus Scotland will take place Friday the 26th of March. It was confirmed on Thursday night that that game has been officially been rescheduled, which means that for France and Scotland it is their second last game and they will play next weekend, which means that Wales really need to sort of bury France in this match. But for Ireland and England, it is their last match of the tournament. Both pretty underwhelming, I suppose, as far as the tournament's been. I think if you look at it as a whole, currently sitting in second and fourth, but I think, Ireland will probably wanted to have actually and put up a much better fight for the Six Nations, I mean, really, if Wales to beat France, I mean, it's been a complete walkover by the Welsh, despite all the sort of factors. But I think, Ireland have been a little bit hard done by, but discipline has cost them over the tournament. And so this is a big chance for them to just, once again, sort of state their claim, remind people how good they are. A win in this game could have put them firmly sort of at least sort of third, if not second, depending on what happens with France. But at the moment, Ireland sitting 11 points from 4, England 10 points from 4. So they both had pretty average tournaments, I think, where they've had decent performances, but pretty poor results, And last weekend, Ireland getting a very hard-fought victory over Scotland, a game which could have gone either way. And England also, 23-20 over France, a very close game. Two brilliant exhibitions of what we want to see at Test match rugby. And I think hopefully we will see the same thing between these two sides this weekend. Just a solid change for England, a few changes for Ireland. But before we look at the teams, please do subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video as well. Let me know what you think is going to happen down in the game in the comments below. Give me your score predictions. I'm going to probably go towards England by 5, just because I think that they're peaking sort of not at the right time, it's completely wrong time, but I think they are getting back to their best, and they've got some nice continuity in terms of their team selections. If you look at the home side, Ireland, a few changes in the back line. First of all, Keith Earls is back at wing. Robbie Henshaw shifts to outside centre to accommodate Bundy Aki, who's at inside centre. Jacob Stockdale comes in for James Loach, I think is a good move. And then if you look at the pack, the only change in the front row is Rob Herring comes in and Ronan Kelleher drops to the bench. Tadek Byrne comes into the lock. He will partner Ian Henderson, which sees CJ Stander shift to the flank with Josh van der Flair, and Jack Conan will start at 8th man. CJ Stander, it's his last Six Nations game, He has announced his retirement this week, a shock announcement, and he will be available for international at the end of the test window for the British and Irish Lions. But we are looking at like the end of his Ireland career, so he'll definitely want to go out with a bow. And it's just a shame that somebody who has been very good for Ireland, over 50 caps, will not get to play in front of his home crowd in his last Six Nations game. But if we look at the side, 1 through 15, Dave Kilcoyne, Rob Herring, Tadej Furlong, who's been fantastic all tournament. Ian Henderson's captain on that one occasion, been very good. Tadej Byrne, and then CJ Stander, Josh van der Flair, Jack Conan. Conor Murray's also back into the side. He takes the place of Jamison Gibson Park, who's been really pushing Conor Murray and saying that, listen, if you are not at your 100% every week, I am here to take your place. I'm here to put pressure on you. Jonathan Sexton will captain the side. And then we've got Jacob Stockdale, Bundy Aki, Robbie Henshaw, Keith Earls, and Hugo Keenan is at full back. On the bench, Ronan Kelleher, Cian Healy, Andrew Porter, Ryan Bird, Peter Mahoney, Jamison Gibson Park, Billy Birds, and Jordan Lama. So not too many changes there. It's a good Ireland side. It is a very, very good Irish side. And I think that last week in Scotland was mentally was very important for Ireland to be able to go the distance and be able to win a really close game. That penalty by Jonathan Sexton, sealing it in the end. I think that was very important for Ireland to be able, as a mental, almost like a mental bridge, be able to win that sort of game. And I think they'll go into this game against England with a lot of confidence. However, it's a very strong England side with only the solitary change, which is Elliot Daly at outside centre in place of Henry Slade, who is injured and out for this weekend. But apart from that, they are unchanged. So Marco Vinapola, Luke Cowan-Dickie, Kyle Sinclair. Luke Cowan-Dickie keeping Jamie George on the bench. Been a fantastic competition, those two. Mario Toja was much better last weekend. He will be back with Charlie Evans. And then you've got Mark Wilson, Tom Curry, and Billy Vinapola. A lot to talk about Tom Curry, and how he's just playing really good rugby. And, talks about how he could go on to emulate, Richie McCaw type career, which is very, very big, sort of to put on somebody like him. But hey, why not? Then Ben Youngs will partner George Ford, Johnny May, Anthony Watson are the two wings. Anthony Watson, man of the match last weekend. Owen Farrell captain the side with Elliot Daly outside him. Max Mullins gets his second start in an English jersey. Off the bench, Jamie George, Ellis Genge, Will Stewart will be the front row. Johnny Hill, Ben Earl cover the rest of the pack. And then you've got Dan Robson, Ollie Lawrence, and Joe Marchand coming off the bench. So it's a very solid English side, in terms of continuity, it's the same side that played last week and beat France. And I think they're also taking a lot of confidence into this game. So you've got both teams who are starting to play sort of the rugby we kind of hoped that they would see from the beginning. A little bit too late because they haven't really lost out the opportunity to win the tournament itself. But at the end of the day, it does set up hopefully for what will be a very, very nice clash. Both sides quite good in the defence. I think England is starting to play much better offensive rugby. You know, George Ford is really starting to dictate play, and Owen Farrell is starting to get back to his best. He's kicking very well as well. Jonathan Sexton's also kicking well, and I think there will be a couple of surprises up through the Irish Leagues. It is Pin Paddy's weekend, so they'll be up for it. As I said, it's just a pity there aren't fans to really make a big deal of it. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments. I'm going to go with England by 5. I think it's going to be a very tight game, though. We will be live for it, so do come and hang out with us tomorrow, or on Saturday, rather. And yeah, as always, I will be back very, very soon. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.